Oftentimes we have reoccurring patterns in our lives. We have reoccurring situations where we keep on having these same types of people show up in our lives, where we'll have habits and behaviors that consistently happen that we don't want to happen. Those bad habits where we'll start something, not finish it, we'll procrastinate, and we'll have resistance. And these recurring patterns, this self-sabotage, is really painful in a way, because you find yourself not doing the things that you really want to do. It can lower your self-esteem a little bit, and you wonder why this is going on. I'm going to be talking about how to break those cycles, how to break cycles in your life so you can move forward and build that momentum towards creating your dreams, your goals and desires, and becoming the person that you know you truly can be, and oftentimes attracting the right people into your life as well. Let's get started. Hey superstar, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a subconscious mind specialist. I help people reprogram their subconscious personality, and we offer a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com, where you can get one-on-one coaching with me and figure out how to change your life on a really deep level. So there'll be a link in the description where you can go ahead and get that. And I really do appreciate you watching all of my videos and supporting the channel in this way. We're growing quite rapidly on the channel, and I really appreciate you becoming a subscriber and friend of mine here at Wake Up Fulfilled. Okay, so we're going to be talking about breaking reoccurring cycles, how to break reoccurring cycles in your life. And I've got a presentation for you here. I'm going to go through this presentation and share with you exactly why this happens, because usually this happens in your life not because it's like a conscious thing and like this just bad people keep on coming into your life. Usually it's something to do with you and realizing that when it comes to reality, you are the manufacturer of your reality, and you can actually change the way you operate on the internal world to really create what it is that you want. So the first thing we have here is reality. Okay, reality is basically based on the five senses, as we know, right? And so we can see, we can touch, we can taste, we can smell, we can feel emotions. Also, what I would say to that is there's more than the five senses. We have the clairvoyance, we have clairsentience, clairaudient, and so we do have more senses. Just that in the typical scientific terms, we only have five senses, but I believe we have way more than that. It's like, you have to understand, like when someone's looking at the back of your head, how do you know? You turn around and they're looking at you, or whatever it is, you can sense someone looking at you. And so what we want to do is realize that the reality is more than we know. And when it comes to reality, when we see recurring patterns in our lives, usually it's because there's a subconscious pattern there stopping you from getting to that where you want. Okay, so we have these reoccurring patterns, whether those are reoccurring habits, behaviors, having those same people show up in your life. You don't know why you keep on attracting the same kinds of people, or you seem to have those situationships, not relationships, but situationships, where you'll have the same type of person show up over and over and over again that will maybe cheat, or maybe treat you badly, or they're not quite committed, or whatever it is. You have those reoccurring cycles, and these things happen in your reality, not because the external world is bad, but there's something going on within. And sometimes we can go really deep. It's not necessarily to do with yourself and what you've been through, but sometimes it's to do with your ancestry. So your parents and their parents and their parents will, always have problems in relationships. And so you've taken on some of their energy via the DNA, and that's caused you to have these habits and behaviors too, or manifesting these things into your reality as well. Usually what I found with most people though, it's to do with their existing life and some of the things that they've been through in this lifetime. And so we have a subconscious mind, okay? And the subconscious mind holds all of your data, all of the information that you've learned up until now. A lot of the information that you have experienced throughout your life, you have forgotten about. Like, maybe someone in nursery school or, kindergarten, whatever you want to call it, was mean to you or something like this. And you don't even remember, this time in your life. You don't remember it at all. But this particular situation is now causing you to feel bad about people. And so you got this energy of, people are bad and people attack you and all of this stuff. And so when you hold on to that vibrational frequency, or when you hold on to that subconscious data file, now you're projecting into your reality this reoccurring cycle, and you're thinking that reality is bad. But in actuality, it's just a cycle that you've learned from a very young age. And we usually pick up a lot of our subconscious patterns from the age of 0 to 6, 7. And that's when our mind's in more of the theta state, and we are taking on a bunch of information and we're soaking it all up just like a sponge. And so when we see these cycles in our lives, usually it's a subconscious pattern. And so you want to understand that you have forgotten a lot. And that's why I don't believe that time heals all. You just forget, okay? You just forget, and it feels like it's healed, but then you realize in your life, things are manifesting over and over and over again. And it's not until you heal the cycle or heal the pattern inside the subconscious mind, the corrupted data file in the subconscious mind, that the reoccurring cycle will stop showing up in your life. Because in reality, what you want is you want to move forward and you want to make progress. You don't want to be going in loops over and over and over and over again, right? You want to be going forward and building that momentum in your life. And so you got a corrupt file inside of your subconscious mind. And this corrupt file is causing like a virus, so to speak. No pun intended, by the way, right? It's causing a virus, and you need to antivirus. Okay, so let's talk about how to antivirus. All right, so what I found when I'm working with people one-on-one and in my group coaching program, the Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery program, is that usually there's reoccurring patterns in life because there's a subconscious or unconscious wound, okay? A wound that's within yourself that you're not aware of. And usually this wound is unrelated to the thing that you're trying to make progress in. So for example, if you're wanting to make more money, but for some reason, every time you get close to making money, something goes wrong, or you make a lot of money, you lose a lot of money, or perhaps you're trying to take action on your business and you're procrastinating, you're mentally masturbating, you're overthinking, you're overwhelmed. Usually what I found is there's a wound that's totally unrelated to the particular outcome that you want, that's blocking you from getting where you want to be. And so one of the biggest wounds that I found is trauma. People have traumas with sexual abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. And these things actually affect people making more money, having healthy and loving relationships, being able to improve their health, being able to take action on exercising and going to the gym and doing things like this. It's usually there's a subconscious wound and a broken heart, which you're unaware of, that you think you've healed. Again, time does not heal all. All right, because in reality, if we want to really talk about it, there is no time. All right, and so we know time in the third dimension, fourth dimension, but when we go beyond that and we step into pure awareness, there is no time and space. And so when we can realize that this energy is with us, it's in us, and it's not going to go away until you go within and you heal it, then we'll radically change our lives. Because I've had reoccurring patterns in my life, and it's not until I dived into my subconscious or the Akashic records, right? You go into your records, you go into your data files, and you rewire those data files, or you can say that you repattern or shift those data files. So what we have to do is we have to go and find the wound. So we have to go search for the wound, okay? And the way you find wounds or traumas or energies or blocks from the past that are causing you to have recurring cycles is you just ask why, okay? So you go and find, why is this happening? Right? Why am I sabotaging myself? Why am I procrastinating? Why am I mentally masturbating? Why am I not taking action? Why am I not motivated? All right, so if you're not motivated, well, why am I not motivated? Well, because of blank. And then you ask, why is blank blank? And you keep on asking why, you keep on asking why, you keep on asking why. And then once you keep on asking why, what's going to happen is you're going to get to the root cause of this particular behavior or reoccurring cycle. And once you get to the core of it, then you can actually remove it and shift it. All right, so let me give you an example of one of my patterns that I have. So I found a reoccurring pattern in my life where I was always attracting women who were insecure. I was always attracting women that insecure. I didn't understand why. Like, why is this happening? And I was working with a coach one-on-one, and he brought it to my awareness. Hey, Gavin, you keep on attracting women that are insecure. And do you know why this is happening? And I didn't know why. And I found out recently why that is happening to me. And the reason that was happening to me was because I was in a narcissistic relationship, okay? And in that relationship, my self-worth went down. And so because of my self-worth went down, I felt I had no value to give. And because I felt like I had no value to give, The only value that I thought I had was to help women or fix women, be the fixer in a relationship. And so the energy that I was operating on, by just asking why, by the way, I realized that, oh, I'm creating these relationships or attracting these relationships into my life so that I can be a fixer and feel important and feel like I have value in someone's life. And so in those relationships, I felt like I had a lot of value. It gave me an ego-based power because, you know, it made me feel a little bit more confident about myself since I could help them and serve them, and they liked me for that and they appreciated me for that. But as you know, that was stemming from lack. And what ended up happening is it was actually two relationships that I was in. These two or three relationships that I was in. The reason why I was creating these particular relationships is because, again, it's a reoccurring cycle, but also because of that self-esteem that I didn't have at that time because I was broken down in a narcissistic relationship. Hence broken heart, hence wound. And I know this one's actually quite related. All right. And so what I had to do is I had to go ahead and heal that. Okay. So when it comes to searching, you want to identify, you know, what the subconscious block is by just asking why. Okay. Why is this happening? And really close your eyes and just meditate on it and feel into it. What is this emotion? Why am I feeling this emotion? Well, I'm feeling this emotion because, oh, this happened to me. The emotion is going to associate to something. You're going to know, you're going to feel into it. When you use your intuition, right, and you listen to the emotion, okay, and you have a conversation with the emotion. Sounds strange, but you want to have a conversation with the emotion. You're going to realize, oh, it's going to talk back to you. Okay? It's going to give you information, and the information it's going to give you is going to tell you how this stemmed. What is the root cause of this particular behavior? What is the root cause? What is the inception of this habit, behavior, trait that you have? So you keep on asking why, you keep on questioning, then you'll find it. All right. And once you found it, once you found the wound, what you can do is go ahead and heal, because that's what's going to break the cycle, is healing it. All right. And there's many different, forgiveness modalities. So I say healing modalities. You got forgiveness, where you can forgive that person, forgive yourself, forgive the world. Okay. Forgiving on all levels. All right. So forgiveness is really, really powerful. And one of the ways in which you can forgive is use the power of Ho'oponopono, which you may have heard of before, where you're repeating an affirmation. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. There's many videos on it on YouTube, Ho'oponopono. If you type it in on YouTube, you'll find videos where you can do Ho'oponopono meditations on that particular thing and go ahead and heal it. You can also use EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, where you tap on certain points of your body. So emotional freedom technique is tapping on certain parts of your body, all right, tapping on top of your head, tapping on your eyebrows. These particular places on your body are acupuncture points, and your acupuncture points are great for releasing energy, releasing emotion from the past. Okay, so once you have the intention and you're using affirmations and you're using your logic, you actually begin releasing these particular emotions. Another way you can do emotional freedom technique is a really good product and service called the Emotion Code. This is by Dr. Bradley Nelson. Very, very powerful program. I have since learned his program. I've adapted it into my own healing philosophy called Liberating You. And it's very, very powerful. It's changing people's lives. And, it's really powerful. So there's that. And then also there's neutrality shifting, which is basically reprogramming your subconscious personality very, very quickly. Within 15 minutes, I can change someone's behavior instantaneously just from using the power of neutrality shifting. And neutrality shifting is the same as questioning. You're questioning a particular belief system, an identity trait, a personality, and you question it and you question it and question it. You get to the root cause of it, and then you have a conversation with the root cause of that particular behavior. And you basically tell it, hey, there's no point of this actually existing. You give it new perspectives, and there's no point of this actually existing. There's no real valid reason for this particular emotion or belief to exist anymore, and we need to let it go. And so you have a conversation with it and tell it you need to let it go, and then you let it go. Okay, that's the power of neutrality shifting. I've helped lots of people shift that. So what you want to do is you want to go up, realize what the reoccurring patterns are in your life. Okay, what's showing up over and over again. Write down a list of things where things are keeping happening over and over and over again, things that you don't want to happen. And when you find those patterns, you want to go search, why is this happening in your life? Why is this manifesting in your life? And then you want to go basically heal the wound. Once you've healed the wound, then the reoccurring pattern will now stop showing up in your life. Now, in life, we have other people, okay? There's people that are going through their own stuff, their own ego, their own subconscious patterns. And so let's say someone at work that's, you know, bullying or manipulating or rude or whatever it is, you know, you only have so much control over that. Okay, so you can do the shifting and all of this stuff, and maybe things will change in your reality. But again, it's almost like, you know, the other person has their own agendas, their own patterns. And so when it comes to reality creation, it's not really creating your reality. It's realizing that we are all a collective, we're all one energy. And until that person heals, then obviously that thing might still be showing up in your life. And so what you have to do when it comes to things like Ho'oponopono, you want to heal the other person too. Sounds strange, but you want to give the other person healing as well. So if that person's being rude to you or whatever it is, and there's someone else involved, you want to communicate, or should I say, you want to use Ho'oponopono, you want to use healing on your environment. Now, one of the things in which I do is I use the power of a Sri Yantra. Okay, I don't know if you can see that over there, Sri Yantra. And I use it every morning to send you, my audience, prosperity, wealth, abundance, luck, wellness. I send you good energy every single day. Okay, I set the intention to give out good positive vibes. All right, money, success, all of that, things going your way. It's like a prayer. I pray for you every single day for you to get the results that you want in your life. And so these are the kind of techniques that you want to apply into your life. Don't just make it about you, make it about the collective. As you work with the collective energy, you are now not only healing yourself, you are now healing the world, and the world will change to the way you would like to see it instead of having those reoccurring patterns. All right. So if you would like to work with me one-on-one, or you want to get my Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery Program, you can get a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com, where we teach this stuff in a lot more detail so you can actually practice it and get results in your life. So if you want to change your life, you want to stop mentally masturbating, you want to take massive action, you want to stop procrastinating, and you want to be in massive motivation, you want to stop being fair, and you want to start being fearless, then the neutrality shifting programs are for you. There'll be a link in the description where you can go ahead and get your free subconscious mind diagnosis session. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching all of my videos. I really appreciate you. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.